Activating brainwave transmission.
Nora's in trouble. We have to go in after her.
If you die in there.
Die out here. She's protecting her secret.
Dad can't see my memories.
So as you guys just saw from that trailer for The Flash Season 5, Episode 12, called Memorabilia, I believe, it looks like Barry and Iris are going to the future, but not the way you think, or at least not the way we thought quite a while back when we first saw footage of this. It looks like they're going inside Nora's mind, because Nora recklessly enters the machine where they're trying to get into Grace's kind of memories. It kind of gets a bit confusing, but either way, Nora's kind of screwed herself over there because now Barry and Iris are going to go into her head, and naturally they could see a few things that Nora is keeping from Team Flash, and I have no idea what that could be. Like, I think it has something to do with Earbud Thorn and the Reverse Flash, and the fact that she's working with him, and the fact that this guy killed her grandmother, and a whole bunch of other drama. But you know, okay, like, she just thinks that's okay, so we're just gonna carry on. Really, guys, that was an awesome trailer. I think this is gonna be a really cool episode. I know we're gonna have some in-between stuff of, like, you know, fighting the memory apparition of Cicada and stuff like that, because there's the whole tease of, oh, if you die in there, you die in real life as well. But we'll get down to the specifics of the trailer breakdown right after I read this synopsis. Barry and Iris look into Nora's memories. When Sherlock wants to use a memory machine on Barry and Nora to help gain access to Grace's memories, Nora panics, fearing her parents will find out the secrets she's been keeping from them. Nora secretly decides to use the machine on her own, which ends in disaster after she gets trapped inside Grace's mind. Barry and Iris go in after their daughter, and Iris is broken-hearted by what she finds. Meanwhile, Ralph tricks Cisco into going out for a night out on the town. So yeah, very interesting synopsis there. Very crafty by Sherlock. I think, like, obviously with the tease of last episode, how they're like, oh, let's appeal to Cicada's heart, and, you know, if he gets Grace back, he might not want to kill metahumans. Wishful thinking there. Yeah, I get it, like, it's the heroic-y kind of, you know, storyline approach. But as I said, I feel like Sherlock is going to be killing two birds with one stone here, because whether it's him specifically who actually suggests this memory machine, because it does say when Sherlock wants to use a memory machine on Barry and Nora, he's probably thinking it can help, but oh wait, what else am I investigating? None other than Nora. So this is perfect. This is absolutely pretty much perfect for what Sherlock is doing, practically, which is kind of cool at the minute. Every episode they're teasing us with that development of him deciphering more and more of her journal, but you know, he's only been able to decipher that the timeline is malleable, and why is that the only message that he can decipher? But I do want to quickly read out this bit of info that Todd Helbing said about this episode, and I think this is a little bit old, but it gives us a little bit more insight into what is going on and the situation surrounding it. So this is what he has to say. Nora is working with Thorn, and after her experiences with Barry and Thorn in episode 8, she certainly knows Barry's reaction to Thorn. Now that she has a full understanding of their history, it makes it a little bit more complicated for her and Thorn in the future, and how she thinks her parents and everybody else on Team Flash would react to that partnership. It gets a little dicey for her, a little tricky, and in that episode, airing January 29th, which as we all know is the next episode, there's a situation that arises where Barry and Iris could learn the truth. So Nora tries to keep that from happening, and it's like a fake sciencey trip that sort of goes awry, or airy, I can't even read that word, but you know what I mean. It's not going to go well, and Nora, trying to help herself out there, ends up mucking herself over. But you know, I feel like how this is going to go, even though Nora screwed herself over here and they're entering like her memories anyway, or her mind, which is connected to Grace at the same time somehow. I don't think anything too much is going to come out of it, even though it should, because they're literally going to be trying to help Nora and seeing all of this stuff from when she was younger. So in this trailer where we see at the very beginning the stuff we've kind of already been over, Nora looks at the device and she's just like, oh man, I don't know about this. Maybe they've set up the appointment to happen tomorrow to go and conduct this experiment, but she's like the night before, wait, no, I'm going to try this focus on myself and make sure nothing happens or whatever. And I guess Barry and Iris are just going to assume that, oh, well, Nora's just running, trying to do this herself. But Sherlock will probably have the kind of initiative to think that, oh, she probably did this because she was worried about what we were going to find. But anyway, as we see, it kind of like goes throughout her brain synapses or whatever this cool animation is here into her mind. And we see that Nora is trapped, running, I think, throughout the hospital that Grace is in. This is what I was on about earlier with Cicada kind of going after them. We do hear audio in the trailer along the lines of, you know, if you die in there, you kind of die in real life. But what I think, as I said, excites me the most, even if we don't get massive clues for the reverse flash thing, because in theory, as I said, we should, because Nora screwed herself over and they're going to do what they were going to do anyway, so they could learn the truth, as Todd Helbing said. But for some reason, somehow, some feeling, I just don't feel like we're going to get much. We're still going to get stuff, right? We're still going to see Barry checking out his own museum. That's so cool to me. I think that's really cool. Just Barry going to the Flash Museum, probably a place maybe you might not have ever thought of visiting, let alone knew would exist, but he's going to go in there. And there's also going to be the emotional side of it as well, which I've spoke about many times before, because we've seen clips of this for quite a few weeks now, of them in the gift shop, seeing their daughter. And that's the part of the synopsis where Iris is essentially struggling with what she sees in Nora's mind, because she's going to see probably her daughter in this gift shop, probably there all day as if she's being babysat by like the freaking museum itself. And I think, you know, the pieces of the puzzle that she's been putting together from her relationship in the future with Nora, that Nora's told her in the present, she's going to probably revisit the kind of self-guilt tripping kind of stuff we saw earlier this season with why and how could she ever become like what she is in the future to Nora. And I'm guessing she starts to think that as, why have I left my daughter alone in the museum here? And Barry's just probably going to be crushed in general because he's not going to be there, and that's a big, you know, anchor of this season that he, you know, I'll never forget. That's one of my favorite scenes when Barry and Nora in episode 1, I believe, in the time vault, and his reaction to just not having a family, let alone being here after 2024, is heartbreaking. So seeing this museum and seeing your daughter there, reading a Flash comic and everything like that is really trippy, and I can't wait for that. Although this memory machine was meant for something else and it's turned into saving Nora, it does look like Nora does have some luck with Grace, perhaps. It looks like Grace will be able to communicate, because I know she's in a coma, but if they're entering this kind of mindscapey kind of thing, maybe they can communicate that way, and that's where we see Grace here set up on the bed. It looks like she can activate this kind of mind power, though, that like sends, you know, the whole lights and stuff like that going haywire, and I don't know, it just looks like shit goes down when Grace wakes up. I think it's because maybe a stranger is approaching her bed. It does look like that's Nora. It didn't look like Nora beforehand, but now it makes sense that it is Nora. But guess who is protecting her? Cicada. So as we see here, Nora is trying to avoid getting stabbed by Cicada, and that's of course going to be a thing in this episode. I'm wondering if the reason why Barry and Iris are in the Flash Museum as well are because maybe they have to go through certain segments to get to where Nora is in the hospital, but they've just entered into the Flash Museum, part of Nora's mindscape. I don't even know what to call it. But that is when we get to the part in the trailer where we see Barry and Iris looking in the, was it like the Hall of Villains or something like that? The Rogues Gallery room or whatever. We see a very blurred out Savitar suit in the background. And then we see Barry turn around because we see like the mannequin-esque version of the Reverse Flash suit activate. Now, I've spoke about before what I would love this to be. A lot of people are saying that it probably is just like a mannequin of the Reverse Flash suit that activates if you go in the Flash Museum after hours, which is, I get that, but I think that's kind of lame in comparison to how they could have actually really thoroughly thought out here. Oh, what if Eobard Thawne was around when Nora was, you know, what year is this? Like, Nora, I think, is from around the year 2049, and like she's what, like 8, 9, 10 here, so Eobard would have been younger or whatever. It could have been a blacked out mask under the mask because Nora's memories are trying to block out the Matt Letcher kind of face of Eobard, or I don't know. I don't really know. You get what I mean? They could have actually done something pretty cool here. But you guys are probably right. They're probably just trying to make an entertainment kind of expense out of the Flash Museum's history and the Flash itself through making one of the Flash's baddies or the arch nemesis a security thing. So I do hope we do get some kind of truth realization out of this. At the very least, that makes Barry, maybe Iris as well, but mainly Barry, turn his head like this, like, wait, So that kind of infers to me that she might know Eobard. How would she know that? Blah, 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 blah. Or why is this person approaching Nora when she's younger and gaining her trust? Like, is that thorn in disguise? I wonder what face I'll be wearing next time we meet Flash. Even though it does seem that the Reverse Flash in Ironhide in 2049 is still wearing the same face. And that is the one from the end of Crisis on Earth X, so that's a bit confusing. Why did he say that line? Maybe they originally planned for him to have a different face, but whatever. So yeah, unfortunately, I would advise don't get hyped about this scene where you see Barry's speed just going up there, and if you connect it to the other scenes in the trailers that we've previously broken down, it seems that Barry's pinning the Reverse Flash suit up against the wall. I don't think it's going to be anything more than that, unfortunately, but who knows, there's a whole bunch that doesn't get shown in trailers. So, but ultimately, after seeing this trailer and just thinking about this episode even more, I am interested to see where the original goal ends up, you know, with Cicada. Like, are they actually going to be able to offer any help to Grace through this memory thing? Even if they get Nora out, will this kind of wake Grace up? Will Cicada feel differently there? Obviously, I don't think it would be as simple as that, but it will definitely add a complication into the mix. I don't think Cicada would be too happy if he knew what they were really doing. He'll think of it just as interfering, but if they do manage to achieve something out of it, I wonder if that will sway Cicada's kind of mind in how he's killing everyone, but maybe he's gone too far into the dark and blackness for him to ever come back from now. Other than that, everyone, let me know what you're excited about with this upcoming episode of The Flash. You've heard what I'm excited about, so let me know everything you have to say down in the comments below. But other than that, subscribe to this channel. If you're brand new here, why not? I post reviews, trailer breakdowns, and news updates on everything DC, Arrowverse, and stuff like that. Links, as always, are in the description down below to my Instagram, social media like Twitter, and other places like that. But thank you so much, Speedsters, for watching. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.